the possession with Alan Yanis. Now back to Santis. Yanis. That pass easily picked off, intercepted there by Erskine Williams. And now plenty of space here going forward for Troy Jules down the left side for Dominica. But he is unable, did not get around the captain, Capitan Chapin. Jose Pinto stops Troy Jules from further advancing. Williams wins the ball in the midfield. Touch too heavy by Fitzjolly, giving the ball away to Santis. And Rubio Mendes did not control it. Dominica managed to regain the possession. Now trying to settle things down in the midfield a little bit. Brielle Thomas getting a touch. This is Travis Joseph, not Travis. Travist. T-R-A-V-I-S-T. Travis Joseph. Middle Chad Bertrand. There is Joseph looking long. Off the chest of Julian Wade. He is brought down. Dominica's all-time leading goal scorer. Scottish base forward. And out for a throw here for Dominica. This is a Group E encounter. Other teams in this group: Jamaica, Dominican Republic, and the British Virgin Islands, who eliminated the U.S. Virgin Islands in the first round of World Cup qualifying. The other island team to advance from the first round of Concacaf World Cup qualifying, Anguilla. They took down Turks and Caicos. Jamaica and Dominican Republic will be playing on the 10th. Excuse me, on the 6th, tomorrow. That should be fun. Great touch there into space. Oscar Santis is on the break. He's on the move. Chased down there by Giles Mitchell, who wins it back very cleanly. Well done by Giles Mitchell to prevent the shot on target. Now this is a long ball through. It gets in between a couple of defenders. And Thomas was bursting forward, but eventually settles to Troy Jules, and his attempt to get to Brielle Thomas is kept out by Jose Morales. To say that Dominica has come out, and after giving up that early goal, look very intent on trying to get the equalizer on the counter. This one is sent in looking for Brielle Thomas. There's Fitzjolly with the shot that goes wide. Now a chance for Guatemala to build their attack going forward. Mentioned the DC United defender Aaron Herrera out. He failed to pass a late fitness test. Missing 3 players not called into the squad as well: Carlos Santos, Carlos Aguilar, and Jeshua Urizar. Dominica going forward. We'll get to that news in just a second. Here's an opportunity. The shot that goes just wide. Missed opportunity, but well done there by Troy Jules. Playing down that left side. Backing down Alan Yanis. This is a powerful shot that did not miss by much. The goal defended by Nicolas Agin. And the best opportunity of the match so far for Dominica, showing that they have some skill. Troy Jules, who is based in Norway. Norwegian 4th Division club Il Trunderlin. Hope I'm saying that right. I tried my best to say it correctly after watching Vikings of Valhalla and try to copy that accent. Here's a chance for Jules here on the left side. Trying to play it in, but too many Guatemalan defenders there between Jules and Javid George in the penalty area. Morales, defensive header right to the boot of Chad Bertrand. He wrestles down his opposite number, Oscar Santis, then brings down Nathaniel Mendez, and Chad Bertrand is playing with some serious fire. 2 times, you see that signal from Victor Cáceres. He doesn't want to send off Bertrand, so he's giving him that verbal warning. That's twice. Not playing with that volcanic fire. Now down the left side. Jose Morales. Nathaniel Mendez. Back to Jonathan Franco. There is Jose Ardon. To the captain, Jose Pinto. Franco. Patient approach here, moving the ball around. Morales. Service. Headed down there by Erskine Williams, looking for Fitzjolly. Settled by Galindo. Now out wide to Yanis. Yanis inside. Another chance. The shot is blocked by Williams, and it's going to be a corner kick. As Oscar Santis and Alan Yanis connecting on that right side of the attack. There is Mr. Ellington Sabin. The manager of Dominica. This gets inside. This is a spirited run, and it's going to be another corner kick here for Dominica with Oscar Santis going forward. The number 18 based in Georgia. There's the header down by Ardon. And well done there by Galindo to win it. And this is punched out by Prince after the service inside from the goal scorer, looking to add an assist to the stat sheet. And this one, well, this one is sent all the way to the neighboring country of Honduras. Alan Yanis. Well, I mentioned that Oscar Santis is based in Georgia. I don't mean the southeastern state in America. I'm talking about Georgia, the former Soviet state, and now independent nation, as he plays for Dinamo Tiflis in the nation of Georgia. Tbilisi, not Atlanta. Always got to make that distinction. Oh, there's a handball there. It's accidental there, unfortunately, for Julian Wade. Tiflis in Spanish, Tbilisi in English. The rain coming down here at the Estadio Doroteo Guamuch Flores. 1-0 for Guatemala as the Chapines have the lead thanks to a goal in the 3rd minute by Alejandro Galindo. After a mistake by Travis Joseph, essentially getting the assist. And Galindo burying it top shelf to give Guatemala the lead. Very good record in their opening matches of World Cup qualifying. The 15 previous, 7 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses. Coming into this encounter in terms of their record of results in opening matches in World Cup qualifying, Guatemala. Well, right now it's Guatebuena. That 1-0 advantage in the way they're controlling the rhythm and pace of this match. Castellanos forcing Yanis to drop all the way back. Quick touch by Pinto. Yanis, now Dominica applying a little bit of pressure here. Almost getting to it was Julian Wade. Hagen beats him to the ball. This one filters through here for Rubio Mendez. This shot is blocked. Oh, but a little bit of sloppiness in the back, but Dominica able to recover it and clear it out. Eustace Marshall And Erskine Williams having some issues. You wonder if the rain and maybe the footing is a little bit slippery here for Dominica. This one played in, looking for Mendes, was Oscar Santis. Tough break there as Troy Jules looking on. Coming a long way from Norway to Dominica and then to Guatemala. Lots of air miles for Troy Jules if he is a member of some kind of frequent flyer program. There's the header down by Nathaniel Mendes to Galindo. Ball is lost, Bertrand. Quick pass forward there by Brielle Thomas to try and link up with Julian Wade. And a veteran move by Galindo there to poke the ball away before Bertrand can get a quick restart and allows his defense to recover and reorganized. Now set piece opportunity for the Pirates of Dominica. This is a long ball played in. That's a dangerous play there as Julian Wade was sandwiched in between the two Joses in defense, Ardon and Pinto. Eventually, Nicolas Agin is able to recover. And now here's Mendes, who's been a nuisance on that left side of the attack for Guatemala. Overlapping there was Morales. Mendes pressured Fitzjolly. Wins the ball or got a good touch onto it, but Guatemala retains possession. There's Mendes. In the space there for Santis. Now out wide for Yanes. Back inside. Goal! Cabezazo
de Guatemala, número 15 de Guatemala.
And it is 2-0 for Guatemala. Well worked down that right side between Oscar Santis and Alan Yanes. And it's Los Chapines that have the lead. Everyone got caught ball watching. Nobody accounted for Alan Yanes. And it's lifted beautifully by Oscar Santis. And Guatemala have the lead. Goal number 2 in the 27th minute. And Guatemala in command of this match, 2-0. Well, Guatemala could not dream of a better start than this one. Alen Yanes, Guatemalan national team, but born in Los Angeles, California, that is, in the United States. Currently plying his trade for Club Social y Deportivo Mixco, the Guatemalan First Division. And Bertrand floating it in, looking for Brielle Thomas. Bertrand wins the header. And now, let's see, there's a break. Ooh, almost splitting a couple defenders with Santis. Guatemala regained the possession. Nathaniel Mendes in the space here for Galindo, the goal scorer, but well defended there. Erskine Williams, who came over from his left back position to the right side to defend that play, and appears to be another corner kick here for Guatemala. Yanes, his first goal. In a Guatemala shirt. That's a big moment for him. And now Oscar Castellanos in that midfield. Right foot, it goes near post, well defended as Fitzjolly is there to defend. This one served in again, and the header goes just wide. Jose Ardon had the chance to make it 3-0. Completely unmarked. Missed opportunity for Ardon to pick up his first goal in a Guatemala shirt. The Antigua player. As we are past the half-hour mark here in Guatemala, Ciudad de Guatemala, Guatemala City in English, as Los Chapines have the 2-0 advantage. Galindo and Yanis, the goal scorers. Here's a chance here. Javed George. Played out wide to Troy Jules. It's going to be Dominica with the throw in here and the possession. I think if they can pull one back, if they can get a goal here, it's looking dangerous. Oh, great move inside, going down in the area. The referee says no penalty. The chance by Jolly. And Troy Jules is asking for a penalty here, but he will not get it from Victor Cáceres, the man in black in charge with the whistle and the cards. Let's see. Does well to win the ball off of Yanis. Cuts inside and actually puts his body in between the ball to shield the ball from Ardon. The referee says no penalty. Here's a touch here by Galindo. Galindo playing it right central channel here. Overlapping is Yanis, the man who scored the second goal. Back post header! Kept out. Mendes recovers. A chance off the post by Rubio Mendes. Not out of danger yet. An opportunity here. Castellanos, his shot is blocked. And now some space here for Troy Jules. Laying it into space. Julian Wade is offside. That would have been a good opportunity there for Dominica on the counter. It's that Santis and Yanis connection on the right side causing problems for the defense of Dominica. This one off the post by Rubio Mendes. Rubio Mendes Rubin. Currently playing his football with Real Salt Lake in MLS. Or Real Salt Lake, but Real sounds more authentic. It's Alejandro and Allen with the goals for Guatemala. Alejandro Galindo in the third. Alan Yanis in the 27th. How Dominica respond. That was something I mentioned before. Ellington Sabin, the manager of Dominica, mentioned defending was going to be key to victory here. And the marking has been very loose by Dominica in the penalty area. There's a chance here. Lifted beautifully over the top by Galindo. Castellanos denied by Prince. Royal save from the captain of Dominica. Now long ball. Looking to play it up top to Julian Wade. The Scotland-based forward. Now down the left side for Nathaniel Mendes. He's got Morales overlapping or making the run inside. Decides to play it over the top for Santis. Headed out nicely there by Giles Mitchell. Mitchell colliding with Santis. And it's going to be a goal kick for Dominica. Physical play there from the center back of Dominica. Playing in the First Division or Dominican Premier League. First Division of Dominican football with Valley United. Well, and we're going to get a yellow card here. First of the match for a Guatemalan player, and it is the goal scorer, Alan Yanes, the LA-born right back. Ooh, yeah, that is dangerous tackle there for sure. No doubt about it. Picks it up in the 34th minute. Tarjeta amarilla for Alan Yanes. Now let's see what Dominica can do here with this set piece opportunity. As Giles Mitchell is going to send this one into the area. This one floated in. That's actually a decent header attempt there by Eustace Marshall. That certainly would have been a surprising goal here for Dominica. Certainly surprising the Guatemalan defense as well. Ellington Sabin gets off of his seat to make some adjustments, or at least give out some instructions. That's the more accurate term. It's Castellanos. Pinto. Down the left side. Travis Joseph. A little bit of miscommunication with Glenson Prince. Mendes wins it back. Eventually given away. Remember, Travis Joseph was the player that long ball was played into. He got a touch onto it and laid it off for Galindo for the goal in the 3rd minute. So he certainly was very wary that time of making sure he didn't make a mistake, and a little bit of a sloppiness and miscommunication in the back between him and Prince. Fortunately for Dominica, it did not lead to a shot on target or a goal, but definitely the fact that last time a situation like that happened to Travis Joseph, it led to a goal. So he was maybe overcautious there. Less than 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. The start of World Cup qualifying for both Guatemala and Dominica, and it is 2-0 for the home side. There's a Jose Ardon. Going forward there, and another Antigua player in the 11 for Guatemala alongside Castellanos. Of course, you would expect Municipal and Comunicaciones to contribute heavily to the Guatemalan national team and senior side. Sliding tackle there by Javid George as he takes out Jose Morales. The referee, Victor Cáceres, says no foul, continue on. Julian Wade with a touch. There's Javid George. He loses the ball to Nathaniel Mendes, and it is Dominica that retains possession. But a harsh sliding tackle there, tough tackle on Jose Morales. I mentioned Municipal, Comunicaciones, the two big teams in Guatemalan First Division football. 6 players from both teams in the starting 11. Oh, beautiful move by Troy Jules to get inside the penalty area. Jules! Tried to square it into the middle for Julian Wade. Last second deflection by Jose Pinto, the captain. And it's a corner kick opportunity for Dominica. Down that left side, Troy Jules has been very dangerous going forward. The Norwegian-based forward. Has a bit of a smile for the Chapines supporters. Right-footed in-swinger, punched out by Hagen. Let's see if Guatemala can break on the counterattack here. The touch by Mendes. Mendes with some space. He's got Rubio Mendes, Rubin in front of him. Instead, he's gonna play it out wide, or intended to play it out wide to Oscar Santis. But Dominica recovering time. Inaccurate pass as well. Unfortunately, Nathaniel Mendes. 2 players for Guatemala down, although the player that appears to be feeling the effects the most is Jonathan Franco. 3 players from Municipal represented in the starting 11. See if he's gonna be okay. It looked like when Agen came out to punch, might have got Franco in the elbow there. Friendly fire between Franco and Nicolas Agen. Columbus Crew goalkeeper. Oh, beautiful move by Natania Mendes. Mendes now driving at the defense. That touch is too heavy, but it's gonna fall. Golazo, no! Off the crossbar! Galindo almost had a brace in the place. Almost. After Mendes burst forward, that last touch too heavy, it fell beautifully for Galindo, who lifted it over Glenson Prince. But the crossbar denying a 3rd goal for Guatemala and a brace for Alejandro Galindo. That would have been a golazo for Galindo for sure. And now Travis Joseph looking for some help. Tries to connect with Javid George on that right side. Morales recovers it. Plays it right to the boot of Fitz Jolly. And number 6 for Dominica. This one lifted over the top. Ooh, well done by Agen, as he is upset with his defense as Julian Wade almost got a touch there over Agen, and gets that touch, man. He might have scored like Dwayne Wade. Now down the right side. I'm a Miami Heat fan, so you know I'm gonna bring that up. Anyway, Oscar Santis bursting in the middle, trying to connect there with Rubio. Now some space here. Very dangerous on that left side. Troy Jules faced up by 2 defenders as Giannis and Castellanos tracking back, forcing Troy Jules. Play it back. This Marshall. It was Giles Mitchell giving it away. Now an opportunity here inside. Erskine Williams, the middle. Now a burst going forward here. Mitchell looking for the long ball, but too long. Easily handled by Nicolas Agen. If you said gringo style, Nicholas Hagen. I like Nicolas Agen better. Although Agen makes it sound like an ice cream, Agendas, but ooh, now I'm getting hungry. Here is Pinto, the captain. Oscar Santis. Well, sloppy touch there by Giles Mitchell, giving it back to Santis. Now Santis one-on-one against Mitchell, but good recovery by Giles Mitchell, and Erskine Williams getting a touch onto it going forward. And Troy Jules accidentally gets stepped on. It was Alan Yanis who stepped on him. Remember, Giannis has to be careful. He just picked up a yellow card in the 34th minute. About 9 minutes ago, just over 9 minutes ago, as Troy Jules recovering. Let's see. Yeah, got clipped in the Achilles heel there. That hurts when you get hit in the Achilles like that. Or if you've seen the movie Book of Clarence, the Barabbas, but I digress. Now down the right side, this is Travis Joseph. Connecting with Julian Wade, who tries the back heel with the smart run diagonal inside by Javid George, but well defended by Guatemala, and you know they're gonna calmly play it out of the back. Nicolas Agen. We are in the 45th minute. 2 minutes will be added on for stoppages. Let's see if Dominica can pull one back or if Guatemala can get a third. bursting forward here. Sliding tackle, well done by Fitzjolly, but right to the boot of Mendes. After the pass from Morales, back to Jose Morales. In the middle for Jonathan Franco. Appears to be okay, good sign to see him up and running. Mendes to Morales, the flag stayed down. Morales, nope, flag went up. Fluid movement there by Guatemala, just timing a little bit off. 2 minutes added on by the fourth official, Katia Garcia. For the most part, it's been a free-flowing first half. A couple of stoppages, but nothing too major. Here is Glenson Prince. Headed down by Franco. Daniel Mendes. There's a push there by Galindo. Obvious push on Eustace Marshall, and of course he's not going to agree with it because he had a chance to get into some space and go forward in the attack. And Galindo with a goal and a shot off the crossbar, or as they say in Spanish, the travesaño. Here is chance there as Julian Wade tried to body or muscle Jose Ardona off the ball. Now a chance for Dominica. You figure Chad Bertrand here, the number 18, is going to heave this one into the penalty area. Look for one of his big two strikers. David George. Oh, it's gonna fall for Wade! But the flag was up, it was offside. Took a deflection. And Julian Wade offside. So had the ball gotten past Agin, it would not have counted. Strong first half for Los Chapines of Guatemala. Pass intercepted there by Brielle Thomas. Well done in the midfield. Now playing it down the left side for Troy Jules with the pace advantage. Jules in the penalty area. That's got to be a penalty. He was brought down from behind, at least by my point of view, by Jose Pinto, but the referee, Victor Cáceres, says play on. And 2 minutes of stoppage time has elapsed. Confident call there by Victor Cáceres, and now Nathaniel Mendes goes down. This is going to be a yellow card for Travis Joseph. No doubt about that one. Coming in the 3rd minute of stoppage time as we are past the 2 minutes. Remember, first minute is from 0 seconds to 1. Second minute is from 1 to 2. Now we're in the 3rd, so make sure my math is correct here. Dade County Public School Education is second yellow card of the match for a player from Dominica, Travis Joseph. Rough first half for him. It was his touch that led to the goal by Alejandro Galindo. Now picks up a yellow card late here in this first half. Last chance here for Guatemala is Oscar Santis lifting it into the area. The header! First it was Ardon, then Morales at the back post. He was getting a touch onto it. And that will conclude the first 45 minutes. Guatemala, in their 2026 Concacaf World Cup debut, have the 2-0 advantage at home against Dominica in this Group E encounter of qualifying. We'll see if Luis Fernando Tena can finish the job in the second half in the next 45 minutes. Well, it certainly is the start that Guatemala wanted. Probably could have got a couple more goals. Remember, they got the goals, but they had two. One shot by Rubio Mendes that went off the post, and then the second shot that went off the crossbar by Galindo. This could easily be 3 or 4-0 in favor of Los Chapines heading into Stadium. And what has been a strong start to qualifying for Guatemala, trying to get to their first ever World Cup. And they will try to make history with Luis Fernando Tena, the Mexican referee in charge of this encounter. Goals in the 3rd and 27th minutes, respectively, for Alejandro Galindo and Alan Yanes. There's a party going on in this stadium, known as El Coloso de la Zona 5, because it is located in Zone 5 of Ciudad de Guatemala, Guatemala City, the capital of the beautiful Central American nation. And the people showing their support and their love for their national team, trying to get to the point where they represent or fill in one of the 3 other spots for Concacaf in the 2026 World Cup. You have the United States, Mexico, and Canada, obviously, as the host nations. 3 more teams. There's a possibility that Concacaf could have 8 teams, because the 3 teams that win their groups in the 3rd round automatically go through, and then the 2 best second-place teams in the 3rd round have an intercontinental or interconfederation playoff. If those CONCACAF teams win those, you have 8 CONCACAF teams in the expanded 2026 FIFA World Cup. I said intercontinental like it was the belt in WWE WWF back in the day. Intercontinental champion. No, but it's interconfederational or interconfederation playoff. Still a long ways away for Guatemala or Dominica. They still have 45 minutes to worry about here in Ciudad de Guatemala. The Estadio Doroteo Guamuch Flores, named after Mateo Flores. Became a national hero after winning the 1952 Boston Marathon. Became a doctor as well after winning that race, one of the big marathon races in the world. They named the stadium after him. Of course, when it comes to football in Guatemala, always Pescadito, Carlos Ruiz. You always have to remember him. Shout out to Pescadito. I'm sure he is watching and rooting his nation on. If history serves, if I remember correctly, he's also when it comes to goal scoring and qualifying, he's scored the most goals in World Cup qualifying as well, if I remember. In CONCACAF, I have to double check that, but brilliant career of Pescadito Ruiz. And final checks here by the all-Mexican crew led by Victor Cáceres. Second half is underway in Ciudad de Mexico, Ciudad de Guatemala. Whoa. Got to go a few miles south, George. It's not Ciudad de Mexico. Ciudad de Guatemala, as Guatemala having Guate Buena in this match, looking to continue that in the second half. They are the home side in those smooth in their traditional white shirts with the blue sash across the front, blue numbers on the backs. They are moving and attacking from left to right. Dominica, the visitors from the beautiful Caribbean island nation, and the Lesser Antilles in the green shirts with the black shorts and the white numbers, moving from right to left. Guatemala from left to right, and Dominica from right to left in the green and black. I'm George DeMatteis. Thank you very much for joining us for this 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier, the road to the United States, Canada, Mexico for Guate Buena and Dominica. And there appears to be no changes at halftime for both managers. This match officiated by an all-Mexican crew, as led by the man in black in Victor Cáceres, is the chance inside, looking to connect with Nathaniel Mendez. All Mexican crew. Victor Cáceres is the man in charge with the whistles and the cards, dressed in black on the pitch. Assistants, Jose Martinez and Sandra Ramirez, and the fourth official is Katia Garcia. No VAR for this match between Guatemala and Dominica. As I mentioned, no changes at halftime to speak of. For Guatemala, they are the home side. We'll run down the 22 on the pitch in just a second here. It's Fitzjarley going forward, seeing if he can connect with Julian Wade. Down the right side there, Travis Joseph, all given away. Now Guatemala going forward. There's Jolly to intercept and regain the possession for Dominica. And Brielle Thomas looking for Javid George on that right side. Settled easily by Jose Ardon. So the 11 on the pitch for Los Chapines. Oh, almost going through Rubio Mendez. It does find Nathaniel Mendez, the Darby County man. And then picked up very well by Giles Mitchell. But then in the middle, the shot, save Prince. Rebound opportunity for Galindo, 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 goal! Alejandro Galindo with his second of the match in the 48th minute. And instantly, Guatemala make it 3-0. And the number 3 is crucial here. Galindo, number 13, scored in the 3rd minute, and he scores 3 minutes in the second half to give Guatemala their 3rd goal. Brace in the place for Alejandro Galindo. Que lindo los goles for the number 13. And this is a memorable night for Alejandro Galindo. And Ellington Saban looking on with his staff. Talked about the defending and how important it was going to be. But they have not defended well, unfortunately, for Dominica. The 11 on the pitch for Guatemala here to refresh everyone's memory about the 22 on the pitch. As I mentioned, no changes at halftime. Nicholas Hagen is the goalkeeper. Nicholas Hagen. Want to gringo-fy it, for lack of a better term. Alan Yanes is the right back. He scored in the 27th minute. Also has a yellow card in the 34th minute. And so from right to left in the back line, you have Yanes, the captain Jose Pinto, Jose Ardon, and Jose Morales at the left back position. Midfielders, central midfielders of Jonathan Franco and Oscar Castellanos. Galindo, the goal scorer, wearing the number 13. Oscar Santis has been on the right side predominantly, the number 18. Nathaniel Mendez, the number 11, freedom to roam wherever he wants. And Rubio Mendez, Rubin, the number 9 for Guatemala, the 11 for their Mexican manager, Luis Fernando Tena. We'll get to the 11 of Dominica in just a second here. Let's see what Guatemala can do with this corner. Well, unless they play terribly for the rest of the match, I'm going to call them Guatebuena, because there's been nothing mala about how Guatemala have played. This is a service to the back post, but over the head of everyone. And Jose Morales tried to link up with one of his teammates, and now Guatemala pressing here to start this second half. Dominica, the Parrots, with Glenson Prince in goal. He is the captain. Another goal kick here for Dominica. So Glenson Prince is the captain of Dominica. He's in the goal, in goal, obviously. From right to left on the back line, it's Travis Joseph, Eustace Marshall, Giles Mitchell, and Erskine Williams. And then in the midfield, you have the trio of Fitzjarley, Brielle Thomas, and Chad Bertrand. And then the attacking players up top, Julian Wade is the center forward. Troy Jules is floated out to the left, and Javid George, the number 9, out wide on the right. Those are the 11 on the pitch for Dominica. Here is Julian Wade. Now going forward there, Bertrand trying to play it into space for Troy Jules, who's been the most dangerous attacking player for Dominica in this match so far. Bertrand switching it out wide there for Travis Joseph. Joseph inside looking for Javid George. And tripped up. There is a foul in favor of Guatemala as the man Galindo brought down in the midfield. Clipped by Bertrand, who has to be careful, has a yellow card. Oscar Castellanos, smooth touch there by Nathaniel Mendez. I think one touch there by Yanis to play it to Rubio Mendez Ruin. Now, a chance here. Look out for Troy Jules. Troy Jules running at the defense. 1v1 against Pinto. Yanis tracking back to help, but Jules still with the ball. Now looking for the service inside. With Julian Wade in the middle. Pinto getting some help from Alan Yanis. An opportunity here for Dominica to pull one back. They need to get a goal probably in the next 3 to 5 minutes. Well, not probably, I would say definitely a goal in the next 3 to 5 minutes to give themselves a chance of at least getting a point here in Group E. Right-footed service to the heart of the penalty area, elevating for the header, and then the karate-style attempt there by Travis Joseph. Galindo able to body Jules off the ball. Galindo looking to play it to Rubio Mendez. The ball is given away. Poor pass there by Fitzjolly. And now down the left side, it's Santis who has switched to the left side. Oscar Santis. Santis, his shot is blocked by Eustace Marshall. Well done by Marshall. Morales in the space, into the penalty area, looking inside for Mendez. Prince comes up with the save. Glenn's son, Prince. Somewhere his father saying, well done, Glenn's son. The captain and with the most caps for Dominica, coming up big in goal for the Parrots as Chad Bertrand looking on. Group E contains Jamaica, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, Dominica, and British Virgin Islands. But those teams in the group will not be playing each other home and away. Will not have 2 games each. Only 4 games in the group. One. Oh! That could have been a yellow card there, and I believe that was Brielle Thomas. Quickly, Guatemala going forward. That looks like a handball there on Bertrand, who has a yellow card already. He has to be careful. Now Fitzjolly harassing Galindo. Galindo goes down. Bertrand recovers. Anyhow, a chance. Javid George going forward. Here's Javid George inside looking for Julian Wade. As I mentioned before, it's not home and away where each team plays each other twice. It's going to be one time, or each team will play for just 4 matches, 2 at home, 2 on the road. But top 2 teams in each group will move on to the 3rd round. The service inside by Santis, looking to connect with Rubio Mendez. Slapping this in the back. There's the shot, and Glenson Prince makes the save. Normally in group stage play, you have each teams playing each other twice, each team getting a home and away match, but that's not the case in the 2nd round of Concacaf World Cup qualifying. So you have teams, well, break that down in just a second here. Let's see what Mendes does. He goes down top of the penalty area. Referee says play on. So you have a group of 5 teams, so you would figure each team would play 8 times, but that's not the case. Obviously, I don't think they have enough time in the schedule, so they'll only play 4, with each team getting 2 home games, 2 away games, but it won't be the reverse fixtures, as they say. Here's an opportunity. Oh, missed it badly there. Was Oscar Santis. Started out on the right side in that first half. He connected and played very well with Yanes on the right side. But now, I think in a tactical move by Tena, just to try something different. Maybe go after Travis Joseph, who has a yellow card. Santis has moved over to the left to see if he can establish that same cohesion and connectivity with Jose Morales. Hasn't quite worked yet here in the second half. Bertrand lifting it over the top, almost connects with Javid George, but the flag comes up from the second official on the far side, Sandra Ramirez. First substitution of the match here. Come in the 58th minute, it will be the number 23, Odell Laville. We're in French, Odell Laville. Oh, beautiful move there. The nutmeg by Mendes. Shot save, Prince. Oh, what a move there by the Derby County forward, Nathaniel Mendes. Now another opportunity. This one sneaks in. Goal! Guatemala! 4-0 is Jose Morales. And Rubio Mendes, who got the touch onto it, we will find out. But there's no doubt it's a 4-0 advantage for Guatemala. Morales giving credit to Rubio Mendes Rubin, his 4th in a Guatemala shirt. Yeah, it does glance off of the head of the number 9 there, looks like. Just enough.
Rubio Mendes.
And Rubio Mendes in the 59th minute, 4-0 for Guatemala.
Dominica, 0.
Fourth goal in a shirt for Rubio Mendes. Here comes a substitution here for Dominica. In the 59th minute, it will be Javid George that comes off.
Ingresa con el número 23, Odell Laville. Sale con el número 9, Javid George.
And it will be number 23, Odell Laville. You say French style, Odell Laville or Odell Laville. Makes his way onto the pitch. Disappointing night for Javid George as Odell Laville steps on. See what difference he will make for Dominica as he wears the number 23 on that right side of the attack. Odell Laville, who plays for Dublanc in the Dominican First Division. Now here's Wade to Laville. Laville with the chance. De Laville. Good start for him. His 21st appearance for the national team of Dominica. Still the 4-3-3 formation here for Ellington Sabin. That midfield trio of Bertrand, Brielle Thomas, and Fitz Jolly. By the way, what a great name, Fitz Jolly. Well done to his parents. Here is, move now in the middle by Pinto. The touch by Yanes, out wide for Rubio Mendes. Back to Santis in the middle for Galindo. And now, Julian Wade. I knew that was going to happen. Jose Ardon preventing Julian Wade. Now, Galindo, oh, great through ball here. The shot, save, Prince! Oscar Santis bursting through. And this could be 6 or 7-0 if it wasn't for Glenson Prince, the captain of Dominica. Not out of danger yet. This is Galindo. Late to react there. A touch by Rubio Mendes and eventually cleared out as De La Ville. Wade going backwards, then turning around, going forward. Booted up the pitch as we are past the hour mark here in Ciudad de Guatemala. It's been Guatebuena for Los Chapines, 4-0. And looking to not only win this match, get a couple more goals, but also get a clean sheet as well. I mentioned 2 teams from this group will move on to the 3rd round of qualifying. Each team will play just 4 matches compared to normal group stages where each team play each other twice. They'll play each other just once. Booted up the pitch. Group B next up tomorrow. It'll be Jamaica versus Dominican Republic. Independence Park in Kingston. Now slotted through there looking for Wade. Well done by Jose Morales to play it back. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Dominica will be playing Dominican Republic. That should be fun to call that match. Now lifted over the top. Oh, that's a great ball for Nathaniel Mendes. Mendes inside, Mendes across the face, a goal! Just behind Oscar Santis. Getting a touch onto it was Travis Joseph. Oh, it's gonna fall. There's the shot for Galindo looking for a hat trick. Triplete. Now here is Troy Jules. Just slips past Galindo, but does not slip past Castellanos. Here is Pinto, the captain. Plenty of time for Galindo with the service. Looking to the far side. Bertrand denying his opposite number, Oscar Santis. 4-0 for Guatemala. Goals in the 3rd minute by Alejandro Galindo. Here's a chance and right into the gloves of Glenson Prince. Galindo, the number 13 for Guatemala in the 3rd and 48th minutes. And we'll have a double substitution here as Marco Dominguez and Carlos Mejia will be stepping onto the pitch here for Los Chapines. Here's a chance in some space for Julian Wade. Head up looking for some support. Instead, he is shut down by Aleñanes, who had a goal in the 27th minute. We'll see who Marco Dominguez, the number 5, and the number 6, Carlos Mejia, replace.
Cambio en
It'll be Nathaniel Mendes.
Sale con el número 11, Nathaniel Méndez. Ingresa con el número 6, Carlos Mejia.
Carlos Mejia, Nathaniel Mendes. Excellent performance from him. Slicing through that Dominica defense, and it'll be Oscar Castellanos who will come off, and he will be replaced by Marco Dominguez, the Antigua midfielder.
Oscar Castellanos. Ingresa con el número 5, Marco Domínguez.
Marco Dominguez, or Carlos Mejia, used to playing in this stadium, is the home of Comunicaciones. Set piece opportunity here for Dominica. Actually, this is going to be a throw-in. It could be set piece here for sure, something that they trained. Flung into the area by Bertrand. 2 headers defensively, clearing it out. Touch too heavy by Giles Mitchell, and here's an opportunity. This is Guatemala on the counterattack in transition. Now into space here, it is Rubio Mendes. Well done to track back defensively there by Giles Mitchell, preventing the counterattack for Guatemala. Touch too heavy there by Galindo, right to the boot of Erskine Williams. Guatemala settling the possession. Next up for Guatemala, they will travel to the British Virgin Islands on the 8th of June to take on British Virgin Islands. Dominica will be at home in Rosso against Jamaica. And on the 11th of June, it'll be the Dominican Republic against the British Virgin Islands. Eustace Marshall bringing down Galindo. Didn't want Galindo to turn to get a hat trick here, or at least enhance his chances of getting a hat trick. Set piece opportunity, free kick chance here for Guatemala. Top 2 teams in each group advance to the 3rd round. And in the 3rd round, 3 groups. Group winners move on to the World Cup. Best 2 second-place teams enter Confederation playoff. As someone who has roots in Concacaf, I would love to see 8 Concacaf teams in the World Cup. See how that plays out. Let's see how this set piece plays out. Free kick, and this one is sent. Oh, missed poorly. Sent that one into Nicaragua there as Oscar Santis was barely put a foot wrong in this match. Missed that one badly. Now, I think with the substitutions here, Marco Dominguez is gonna still play, is in that central midfield role where Oscar Castellanos is, so that hasn't changed, or that move hasn't changed in terms of the midfield, central midfield, but Carlos Mejia has moved out wide to the left, and Santis is back on the right for Guatemala. Remember, the start of the second half, Santis moved to the left, and Galindo sliding over to the right. But now, here's Fitzjolly. Fitzjolly with the low roller. That might be the first save of the night for Nicolas Hagen, the Columbus Crew goalkeeper. You still have Yanes, Pinto, Ardon, and Morales from right to left in the back. 2 central midfielders of Marco Dominguez and Jonathan Franco. Oscar Santis on the right, Carlos Mejia on the left, and the lone striker up top is Rubio Mendes. A couple more substitutions here for Guatemala, as it is Pedro Altan and Olger Escobar getting ready to step onto the pitch. Pedro Altan, who plays for, or Altan, excuse me, from Municipal, and Olger Escobar for the New England Prince in the Revolution. Or if you like Kirk Franklin, do you want a revolution? Do you want a revolution? Okay, I'm not gonna sing the whole song. 70th minute, 71st minute, I should say. It is 4-0 for Guatemala. There's a chance for Olger Escobar. Turn going forward. They're almost shaking off the man with the best name on the pitch, Fitzjolly. Was Alan Yanis, and now Troy Jules. Jolly goes down, and now Santis going forward, lifting it in the middle. Well read of the bounce of the turf there by Mendes, but still a little too far on Carlos Mejia, bursting forward. figure Olga Escobar is probably going to replace Rubio Mendez up top. Pedro Altan, my guess will be for Jonathan Franco, also for Dominica warming up. Get a chance to see the numbers again. We'll give it a chance. We'll take another look at it. But there were two players for Dominica warming up there. This one is near post, easily headed out there by Travis Joseph. With the island accent, Travis Joseph. I love Caribbean island accent. I know it's different between the islands, but it's kind of a generic one that's really smooth. Anyway, time for the substitutions to step on the pitch.
Sale con el número 7, Julian Wade.
So Julian Wade.
Ingresa con el número 17, Ryan Huff.
Number 17, Rion Cuffey.
Cambio en Dominica. Ingresa con el número 8, Tristan Sandy.
And
Sale con el número
Tristan
18,
Sandy.
Chad Bertrand.
There's Chad Bertrand coming off.
Cambio en Guatemala. Sale con el número 13,
73rd minute.
Alejandro Galindo.
Alejandro Galindo, the man with the brace.
Ingresa con el número 10, Pedro Altan.
Pedro Altan will replace Alejandro Galindo. I thought it might be Franco.
Cambio
but it's gonna
en
be
Guatemala.
Galindo.
Sale con el número 18,
And Oscar
Oscar
Santis.
Santis.
Played well, got an assist on the goal
Ingresa
from
con el número 20, Olger Escobar.
Olga Escobar. So all these substitutions coming in the 73rd minute. For both Dominica players and Guatemalan players. As Brielle Thomas needing some assistance. So Rion Cuffey replacing Julian Wade. And then Tristan Sandy replacing Chad Bertrand for Ellington Sabin's side. And for Guatemala, it was the number 10, Pedro Altan, for Alejandro Galindo. Oh, here's a chance here for Rubio Mendez. Mendez with the shot, save, Prince! What a performance by Glenson Prince. This could easily be 6 or 7-0 for Guatemala. But Glenson Prince, the captain of Dominica, has come up with some big-time saves. And now, ball filters through. The turn for Mendez. Mendez surrounded by a couple of players, dispossessed by Fritz Jolly, who gives the ball away, and then the one touch inside by Alan Yanes. And here's Olga Escobar. Going through as Fitzjolly just plays it out there to relieve the pressure that Guatemala is placing on this Dominica defense. This is Olga Escobar of the New England Revolution. Still with it. Gets it through to Altan. Altan inside Altan! And sliding tackle by Odell Laville to prevent the shot on target there. But corner kick opportunity for Guatemala. Shout out to all the fans of the New England Revolution. Watch their boy step onto the pitch here, young Olga Escobar. Let's see if Guatemala can get a 5th goal here. Certainly help their goal differential.
Cambio en Dominica.
Dominica's substitution is
Sale
Brielle
con
Thomas
el número 19,
coming off with an injury. And so it'll be
Brielle
the number
Thomas.
15,
Ingresa
Kian
con número
Thomas.
15,
This one in the 76th minute. Corner is played short.
Guillen Thomas.
And this one, Escobar denied by Fitzjolly. Now Carlos Mejia. Kian Thomas places the injured Brielle Thomas. Here's a shot and a save again by Prince. Denying Pedro Altan. I mean, this had some power. This one was definitely going over the line.
En Guatemala.
And Guatemala with a change here in the 77th. Rubio Mendez will come off. The man who scored the 4th goal. And he will be replaced by Jose Martinez.
Con el número 19, Jose Martinez.
As the Municipal striker steps onto the pitch, Jose Martinez. Here's a left-footed service. The header! Goal! 5-0 for Guatemala. Jose Martinez, who just stepped on the pitch with his first touch of the match, makes it 5-0 for Guatemala.
Con el número 19.
It's the bullet header. Look at that.
Martinez.
Completely unmarked. No one accounting for Jose Martinez. Makes a little bit of a circular run to get some momentum toward goal, and he meets the ball perfectly. Bullet header. 5-0 for Guatemala. Jose Martinez. Scoring for those Chapines, and it is a dominating performance here for Guatemala at home. And now at this point for Dominica, it's about goal of honor here. Keon Thomas, the Bombers FC player in the first division of Dominica. Here is Troy Jules holding up the ball. Good through ball here to connect with Rian Cuffey. This one floated in, connect with Thomas, Keon Thomas. No problems here for Nicolas Agin. Next up for these two teams in qualifying in this group. Oh, talk about that in just a second. Yeah, clearly offside there was La Ville. Guatemala in 3 days' time, traveling to take on the British Virgin Islands, and Dominica will be at home at Windsor Park in Roseau to take on Jamaica. Now, how cool is it for some of the Central American and North American teams to go to the Caribbean, play a football match? Oh, and that is sweet. I'm the managers, I'm going there 2 days early to chill. Just to take in the beautiful Caribbean scenery. I'll fly myself down there and call a match free. Get some football in the afternoon and some Caribbean music with a nice drink at night. Oh, that's the life. Right, here is Altan chasing it down in the corner. Linking up with Martinez. Or Yanis, excuse me. Altan still with it. Runs into a wall there. And Tristan Sandy. Now Guatemala just maintaining the possession. Well done by Troy Jules to win it back for Dominica, but then gives it up to the captain, Jose Pinto. More spots available in the 2026 World Cup that will take place in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Kept in there by Odell Laville. Oh, Laville has moved over to the left side, with Rion Cuffey, the number 17, out on the right, and Troy Jules still on the left. So actually, looks like Laville has moved into the center forward position, with Jules still staying out wide on the left, and then Cuffey on the right. Ooh, that ball just behind Mejia. And Keon Thomas, Tristan Sandy, and Fitzjolly in the midfield. That back line of four remains the same, with Joseph, Marshall, Mitchell, and Williams. Front of Glenson Prince, who unfortunately, you look at the scoreline and you might think, oh, the goalkeeper didn't play poorly. Well, could have been 7 or 8-0, 9-0 maybe, if it wasn't for Glenson Prince and 4 or 5 fantastic saves. This is a good ball down the left side here for Mejia. Gets into the penalty area. Mejia with a chance. It is blocked. Takes a deflection of Travis Joseph, and it's going to be a corner kick opportunity here as Carlos Mejia, Comunicaciones man, going forward. This point for Guatemala, it's kind of a training session here to practice some things. This one is a flicked on header over the line into the back of the net. Will it be number 6? And it appears that it will count. The flag stays down. They are appealing to the referee, and it will count. And remember, there's no VAR in this match, so looks like Jose Morales will get a goal here in the 83rd minute, and Guatemala have the 6-0 advantage. Let's see, is there an offside here? Ooh. Ardon. Does it touch Ardon? That's the thing. Don't think so, but he does make a play on the ball. That is a very awkward goal, but I believe they're going to credit it to Morales. Remember, Morales sent in the service that kind of grazed off the head of Rubio Mendez that led to the 4th goal for Guatemala in the 59th minute. I believe they're going to credit Jose Morales there. Looked like Ardon might have been offside there. It was close. So Jose Morales in the 84th minute. And now Guatemala just looking to shut things down here and just keep possession, maybe get a 7th goal here. Aleñanes, man who scored the 2nd goal of the match for Guatemala. Here is Jose Morales on the left side. Travis Joseph playing it, and the touch by Cuffey into the middle for Laville. Del Laville over the head of everyone. I mentioned Group E: Jamaica, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, Dominica, and British Virgin Islands. Top two teams will move on, and you figure, based on recent history, the 2 favorites to get out of the group would be Jamaica and Guatemala. You know, Dominican Republic, La República Dominicana, is improving their football, but those are the 2 that have the best history in that group. By the way, of personal note, Grenadier Lasso, Haiti, Group C, with Curaçao, St. Lucia, Aruba, and Barbados. Well, I like Barbados to go through because Rihanna's from Barbados. Oh yeah, here is Escobar inside, cutting inside. Escobar goes near post. Prince had it covered, but the shot goes wide. Group B, good group there with Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, Costa Rica, Bahamas, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Group A, Antigua and Barbuda, Bermuda, Honduras, Cuba, and Cayman Islands. Last group, Group F, features Suriname, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, Anguilla, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. By the way, if you get a chance, Google Suriname footballers. And you see some of the names that could have played for Suriname that eventually played for the Dutch national team. Ooh, my goodness. I mean, if those players played for Suriname wanted or was able to qualify through Concacaf back then, and Suriname would have dominated Concacaf. Just Google it one time. Suriname footballers. My goodness, they had some stars. 87th minute here in Ciudad de Guatemala, Guatemala City. It is 6-0 for Guatemala, who have been nothing but Guate Buena in this encounter. Round 2 of World Cup qualifying for the Great Tournament, or qualifying for the Great Tournament, I like to call it. Chance here for Dominica to possibly pull one back. Here's Troy Jules, bending service inside, and the header out. Corner kick opportunity for Dominica. Let's see if they can get a goal of honor here. Defensive header there by Marco Dominguez. This is Audel Laville. Right-footed. Outswinging to the top of the 6. Good defensive header there by Jose Martinez. And then Jules grabs the shirt of Pedro Aldan to prevent him from going forward in the 2 number 10s. And it shows sportsmanship, shake hands. And I think Troy Jules was lucky he didn't receive a yellow card, but I think down 6-0, show a little bit of mercy here from Victor Cáceres, the man in black from Mexico. Strong start to World Cup qualifying for Guatemala. Burst going forward. They started out with a 6-0 victory in World Cup qualifying back for the 2010 South Africa World Cup. They started CONCACAF World Cup qualifying with a 6-0 victory over St. Lucia. Actually haven't lost an opening World Cup qualifier, a opening match to their World Cup qualifying campaign. Haven't lost since a 2-1 to Canada back in the start of qualifying for the 1986 World Cup. '90th minute here in the capital. Service inside, and Glenson Prince reeling it in easily as Alan Yanis loaded it in. We shall see how Dominica respond when they go home in the second match against Jamaica. Jamaica and Dominican Republic playing tomorrow. That should be fun in Kingston. The Reggae Boys against Los Quisqueyanos. And 3 minutes will be added on here in Guatemala. Should be a good one between Jamaica and Dominican Republic. The music is gonna be fire. You know, you're gonna hear some dope reggae, some great dancehall. And if they play some Dominican music, a little bachata, merengue, some dembow, that should be fun. Here is Aldan, runs into 3 Dominican players. And now, plenty of space here for Keon Thomas. Out wide to Rayon Cuffy. Tried to play it through forward to Troy Jules. Frustrating night for the Norwegian-based striker, Troy Jules. Had some promising opportunities in the first half down that left side. Probably should have had a penalty call in his favor in that first half. Remember, no VAR in this match. And Guatemala with their possession and their skill just dominating in the next 45 minutes to prevent any real good chance for Dominica. I think maybe one shot on target in the second half here. The throw in and intercepted in the midfield. Now it's Jolly under some pressure here from Marco Dominguez. Drops it all the way back to Glenson Prince. Oh, mistake in the back by Prince. And he almost gives it away to Martinez. Oh, and Ellington Sabin cannot wait until this match is over. Definitely has been a bit of a nightmare for Dominica. Difficult trip to Guatemala, dealing with visa issues. And on the pitch, outclassed by the Los Chapines. Here's Escobar, faced up by Fitzjolly. Passed by Marco Dominguez. Less than a minute remaining here in second half stoppage time. Into the middle, Altan loses the ball. Tristan Sandy is brought down. Referee says play on. The turn by Altan. Altan sliding it through for Mejia! Number 7 for Guatemala, but it will not count as Mejia was offside. Let's see. Woo! You know what? If he's offside, it's a very clever move there. Erskine Williams, super smart move there. What he does, you see, Erskine Williams stops and holds up his run there. He stops, and because he stops and doesn't continue going forward, Mejia is offside. Smart move there by Erskine Williams to put Mejia offsides. That will do it from Ciudad de Guatemala. A 6-0 performance by Luis Fernando Tena's side. And they start off with an important victory to go to top of Group E in this 2026 Concacaf World Cup qualifier. And Guatemala putting on a show in front of their faithful, their countrymen. 2 goals by Alejandro Galindo, and then goals by Alan Yanes, Jose Martinez, Rubio Mendez, and Jose Morales. Ruben Sabin, a lot to think about heading into their match against Jamaica in a couple of days' time. Let's get to the best action of the whole 90 minutes here in Guatemala City. Chapines showing that they were ruthless in this match. And they pick up 3 points, but also 6 points in terms of goal differential. That will help a lot in their quest to go forward to the next round. Here's the best action from the 90 minutes. And it started early. 3 minutes into the match, a mistake in the back by Travis Joseph leaves it for Alejandro Galindo, and he puts it over the line into the back of the net. No problem there for Galindo. 1-0 for Guatemala. Perfect start for Los Chapines. Dominica respond, though, with Troy Jules. This opportunity cuts inside beautifully, inside of Alan Yanes, but his attempt goes wide there, and he knows he could have done better. And then the second goal of the match would fall 27 minutes in. Great work down that right side between Oscar Santis and Alan Yanes. And Yanes with the header past Prince. And it is 2-0 for Guatemala at halftime. Another chance here. Galindo could have had a hat trick in this match if this one falls, but off the crossbar. It's well struck, the right idea, just did not get it under the crossbar. Another opportunity there for Galindo. Denied The first time by Prince, but scoops it up, buries it, and he gets his brace. 3 minutes into the first half he scored, 3 minutes into the second half he scored, and that was the third goal for Guatemala. Goal number 4 coming off of the head of Rubio Mendes from the service from Jose Morales, this in the 59th minute. And Morales giving credit to Mendes as it grazed off of the number 9's head for Guatemala. Showing love to his country there, kissing the shield. And then Jose Martinez, who had just come on as a second half substitute. This is his first touch of the match, and it's a bullet header. 5-0 at this point. A little bit of confusion on this one as Morales over the top, and Ardon might have got a touch onto it, but it looked like he was onside. The flag stayed down. 6-0. Jose Morales gets the goal. 6-0 the final for Guatemala. And a impressive start to World Cup qualifying for Los Chapines. We'll see how they do in their next match on the road against the British Virgin Islands. Thank you for watching this presentation of the 2026 Concacaf World Cup Qualifiers.